about it because people will think that you're crazy. So now we know Satanists and Luciferians run the world. 2 Corinthians, it describes that Satan is the god of this world. They own the government, politics, Democrats and Republicans, the court system, the education system, the banks, the Federal Reserve, real estate, farms, Hollywood, what we watch, music, what we listen to, media, what we believe, sports, big pharma, everything. We pay their taxes, we work their jobs, we buy their houses. We don't own anything really, because even if we pay for a house outright, if we miss paying taxes one time, they can take the home.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once, I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure, it's about to go up. Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once, I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure, it's about to go up. Roll my blunt and pass my lighter.
Family, we got us one today. Now, y'all know what we speak about on this channel. A lot of people don't believe the things that we speak about, and what I notice is it's a certain part of our demographic that doesn't agree with it. And I think this woman here can get the message through, because it's a lot of our own women that try to make us out to be loony or going too far, thinking too deep, or y'all get where I'm going with it. So I think this confirmation by Salt from Salt and Pepper, I think she'll help this message resonate with a certain demographic that just refuses to face the fact. Yes, they refuse to face the fact. Now, she's gonna go through a list of things that are under a certain control. And a lot of the things that she speaks about, y'all, is going on now. It's been going on, but it's confirmation. I think this whole year so far has been confirmation. For real. What they say, the age of the horse we're in or something like that. Anyways, check out Salt. Pay attention, y'all. Let's get to the content.
About it because people will think that you're crazy. So now we know Satanists and Luciferians run the world. 2 Corinthians, it describes that Satan is the god of this world. They own the government, politics, Democrats and Republicans, the court system, the education system, the banks, the Federal Reserve, real estate, farms, Hollywood, what we watch, music, what we listen to, media, what we believe, sports, big pharma, everything. We pay their taxes, we work their jobs, we buy their houses. We don't own anything really, because even if we pay for a house outright, if we miss paying taxes one time, they can take the home.
I wonder what influenced her to speak out. I really do. I wonder what was the motivation? What was the catalyst? What is she going through? And the reason I say that is because these people, they participate in the game and then they wait to decades later to really speak out, like when the game really doesn't benefit them anymore. But I want to know, what was her reason? Everything she said in that first clip, I agree with. And it was crazy because I was watching some clips my big cousin sent me from Alabama, and he spoke about school pictures and the companies that do those, and then the rabbit hole just went on and on. Look it up, y'all. Look up who controls school pictures or something like that. You'll be very surprised. Anyway, let's let her cook.
We've been pitted against each other like crazy forever. Black versus white, rich versus poor, men versus women, Democrats versus Republicans, Muslims against Christians. We fight over narratives that they've created to keep us divided while they're doing whatever they want. Hunting, killing, sexually sacrificing, torturing, cannibalizing, and organ harvesting our children.
I'm gonna be real, y'all. Everything she's saying makes so much sense to me. Now, you can even take this back to slavery days. What they would call the one that gets extra privileges, the house in. Imagine the competition of trying to be the house in or porch in. Come on, man. But then you fast forward to current times and people are going into great beefs over Kendrick and Drake. Come on, man. I can go on, but y'all get where I'm going with it. Now, what's being revealed now? That dude with the list, Jeffrey, they're alleging that he would walk around with beef jerky sticks that were Susan, Marsha, Pam, Sarah, Leanne. Y'all get where I'm going with it? They weren't really beef sticks. Pause. But yeah, let's let her cook, y'all. She has a great point. And I want to say this is kind of an old clip if I ain't mistaken, but it's a timeless clip just because of the present day events that we're in. Excuse me, I got twisted up. But yeah, the present day events right now makes this message so relevant. Let's let her cook.
Grouping them and over-sexualizing them, teaching them inappropriate things in school. They start wars and they tell us it's this country or that country, or it's this religion who's our enemy. And our kids go to war to defend lies. They fund both sides of the war and make billions of dollars while our family members are sacrificed. We have been bamboozled beyond our wildest dreams. Everything we've been fed is a lie. So what do? If you're like me, like, okay, we got the information, but what do? We can't impeach the president because that's up to Congress. The only power we have is our dollars, our prayers, and our voices. Some people will laugh at that, but when it comes to their God, they're on their job.
All right, now real quick, I'm not telling people to go do this or do that or trying to form people. Let's see, how do I word this? I'm not trying to make people go out and do anything, but they say that the black dollar circulates in our community the least. We got the lowest amount of time in which the dollar circulates in the black community. The J community, I think they have the highest, if y'all catch where I'm going with it. But just imagine if one day all melanated people stop buying gas. Imagine one day if all melanated people stop buying Newports. Imagine if one day all melanated people stop buying backwoods. Imagine what that would do to companies. And as a whole, the system. That's how powerful our voice and our dollar is. But I don't know if we have the wherewithal to really go out and do that.
They pray to their God, they worship him, they murder children, make blood sacrifices. They are very dedicated to making sure their God is pleased with them. We can stop feeding the beast with our dollars. When things are exposed, we can stop giving them our money. I'm not telling you who you should buy from or where to spend your money, but I do encourage you to investigate the companies you patronize. Find out who they are, what their practices are, what their beliefs are.
It's funny she said investigate the companies, but that lets you know a lot. A lot of these companies got parent companies, brother companies, sister companies, and they're into some rather different things. Some very different things. But it reminds me of something that people say about this company, Wayfair. And I'm not saying what I'm saying is facts. I'm not saying it isn't. But there's a rumor that Wayfair names their product after certain people. I'm not going to go too far into it. I'm sure you guys will be in the comments letting others know what it really is. But I just found that funny when she said that. And she's not lying, y'all, in my opinion. When you go investigate these companies, you're going to find sister companies, brother companies, and they're going to be into some different things. Just like how McDonald's owns Chipotle, allegedly. That's what made me stop eating there, too. Anyway, let's go.
I know we love certain brands, but do we know their history? Who owns your bank? Is there another place that you can put your money? Because if they decide, they can close the banks whenever they want, or they can freeze our accounts if we don't comply with their narrative. narrative. They're purposely poisoning our water, air, and food. So support your local farmers if you have access. I know everyone doesn't have access. I understand that.
Now, do we know these companies' histories? I'm going to say a word, and I want you guys to hit the comments and let me know the so-called alleged history behind this company. Timberland and their logo, and Nike. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I ain't even about to wait for y'all to hit the comments. You still can, but Timberland. They say that the tree in the logo is a tree used to hang decorations. Wink, wink. I don't know if it's true. Now, as many dudes run around, and I'm one of them, so don't think I'm just trying to talk from a high place or just whatever, being highly hypocritical, but a lot of us dudes love a certain brand, Nike. Nike is the goddess of war. If I ain't mistaken, the goddess of war or winning, or long story short, it's a goddess. And there's plenty of dudes running around in Nike. I'm not saying anything's wrong with it, but it's a lot of people that just don't know the history of a lot of these companies, let alone research their name, period, or the origins of their name. Anyway, I'm done yapping. Let's go.
Buy fresh, real food. Buy land if you can. Grow food if that's in your heart. Even this information we've been exposed to, I think it's designed to see what we will do. This information can make us feel helpless and depressed and even more complacent, giving them even more control to usher in their new world order, their one world government, one currency, one world dictatorship where we have no rights at all. So we can refuse digital ID, we can support smaller venues, we can spread and share information. If we can homeschool our children. Support local farmers. It's healthier, it's cleaner. Get back to eating whole foods. If you can, try and go direct to consumer. And according to Revelation, yes, we are being led to a choice, right? It talks about the mark of the beast in Revelation 13:16.
Shout out to her for being so brave, real talk, because even though she's what some people would say washed up or whatever, she still has a platform. She still has generations of people that will listen to her. Shout out to her. Now, let's get to the natural foods and farming and gardening and things like that. A year, 2 years ago, there were people saying that there was a dude, I want to say his name might be William Gates, wink, wink. But they were saying that there's this dude who's buying up all the farms. And that leads me to this. There were, I want to say almost 5 or 6 African American farm owners who had their land taken. I'm not going to say Black Wall Street style, but they had their land taken. They're literally fighting for their land. What do you think the plan is to take these farms? What are they going to do to the food? Now, these whole food places and things like that, when you go there, their prices are hiked up. But what you'll notice is that when you go to the ingredients, it's not a lot of foreign words that you don't pronounce every day. It's not a lot of foreign words in there that you don't even know what that substance is inside of what you're consuming. So it's something to look into, but definitely check out the things with the African American farmers. And yeah, shout out to Salt. I'm out. Peace.